Hi everybody, Neil Arts here, and before you exit, yes, I'm making a video on a really weird subject, because I don't know, I just wanted to. Anyway, I'm just putting up my opinions with, the Ninjago characters, mainly my favorite, which is Kai, of course. First reason why Kai's my favorite. I I think actually why Kai's my favorite is because he reminds me a whole lot of me and my siblings. Well, him and Nia, they remind me a lot of that, and Kai reminds me a lot of my brother, so I kind of love him for that because I can see him as being like my older brother in a way, so I've always loved him for that. I also just loved his personality. He had a really nice personality. I loved how he was always protective of his sister, and he became protective over Lloyd. He always believed that he was supposed to protect them from any harm. Which, here's another thing, which, yeah, just I loved it for that. So Kai is still one of my favorites and hasn't changed, no matter what they do. A thing that's been going on lately with Ninjago, and I think a lot of you guys can agree with me on this. Lately, the Ninjago people have been making Kai quite weak. Like, he was the first one to go when Notakon attacked, and he keeps getting beaten. Like, he keeps getting hurt more than the others. Which I feel like isn't fair. Like, I feel like Kai could do a whole lot better. Oh, wait, before I say it, sorry if there's red eyes on Kai. I was making him into another video, so don't mind that. I've got to change it. Anyways, I just felt like it was unfair. Like, they were really giving the others more depths, giving them new powers, or something like Cole with the Spinjitzu Burst. And heck, even Jay got a flippin' power up in a way. I would say Nia, but again, she technically sacrificed herself, so I don't know if that counts or not. Tell me if it does. But I just feel like Kai deserves more. Which it comes to another point. Evil Kai. I know a lot of people really want to see Kai go back to the dark side. And you're not the only one. I want to see that too. I mean, there is so much stuff we can see Kai with. And like, actually, speaking of, we might have gotten a hint. Think about it. On I forgot which episode it was, but it was the episode where Kai and Nia and Cole and Jay were fighting the ice dragon. And then when Kai got mad and he yelled, everyone would have noticed his eyes, but if you actually listen to it carefully, his voice changed. It would have not just been an error. Knowing Ninjago, they just don't do a random error like that. So, I feel like we're getting hints, like small hints that possibly Kai may become evil at some point. If you're wondering, how will Kai become evil? The Staff of Elements. I don't, this is just my theory here, and I guess this is gonna turn into a theory video now, but my theory is the Staff of Elements is not fully gone. I mean, this is what I mean by this. I feel like when Kai grabbed the Staff of Elements, that power surge would have struck him, that's why he turned evil in the first place, because of the power surge. But once it came out of his hands, I don't believe the staff fully disappeared from Kai. I think a part of that had actually stayed in Kai, which is gonna be which is why he's maybe started acting differently. Maybe, I feel like that's why they're making him more weaker, because he's going to want to become stronger, which will basically make the staff itself try and help out as much as it can, which means it would start trying to give him more, smaller power boosts, aka, when Kai's eyes went red, that was a power boost. And not just his powers coming back, it was basically a shove. Just shoving it in. One other thing I have, and I feel like this would be perfect for Kai. These are just some small ideas, of course, and if, the guys who own Ninjago, because I can't remember for some reason, want to take this into account, that'd be great. Fire. You really already know Kai's fire is red, or reddish orange, yellow, whatever. It's a regular color of fire, but we all know that there's another type. Blue fire, very denser but a whole lot hotter. If Kai learned to master that type of heat and learned how to make it larger, bigger, he could become extremely powerful. It could become extremely dangerous if he uses it the wrong way. But if he uses it correctly, he could really have huge advantages. especially because if he fires that much of heat with that much strength against water, it dissolves the water a whole lot quicker than his fires will get burnt out. So he could really do a lot of damage. Another idea I had, Kai's fire represents heat, and any type of heat can set off a bit of a spark sometimes, or set off some sort of fire. I'm thinking if Kai can learn how to harness the heat element itself, he may be able to do more with fire-like, which represents two things. And I know one of these things you're all gonna say, but that's more of an earth thing, it's more coal. Listen to what I have to say first. Which I'm gonna start with first. Magma or lava. I don't know what the difference is between those two. See, they're basically made of heat. They're fully heated materials. They're also made out of earth, which is understandable. But I believe that if Kai learned to harness heat itself, he may be able to manipulate the lava flow. I feel like that would be extremely powerful, and it definitely would give an edge if they're in a situation. And besides, it's not always cool to make Cole do all the work, so it would be good to see Kai helping out Cole in that type of thing. Another element would definitely be Jay. Jay's lightning. Lightning, I'm pretty sure lightning itself is made out of heat, especially when it contacts the ground. So what I feel like, if Kai learned how to harness the actual elemental of heat, he will probably most likely be able to redirect lightning. If they can learn that type of stuff, which would still be fucking cool. Don't mind my swearing right there. I'm sorry, I did not mean to swear. Okay, another one. Was the last one? I can't remember what the last one was. I know I had the last one. What was the last one again? Okay, the last one would be the sun. And yes, I know you're gonna say that is crazy, but hear me out. The sun, but not like the sun itself, because that'd be too crazy. I mean the ray, like all the sun's rays. Maybe if he can harness the heat from each of the rays, he may be able to do something with that. The rays themselves, and depending on the temperature of the day, could become extremely dangerous, but extremely good for Kai. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I just think that would be a cool idea. It would give a lot of more powers to Kai. Like, Kai could learn more abilities that he most likely doesn't know. Like, that's what I feel like. I know Sensei Wu said they all unlocked their true potential, but I don't believe Kai really unlocked his true potential. I think there's still so much, just like Chen said, I can see so much potential in Kai if he just worked more on his fire, on heat itself. If he learned to harness that and to densen his flames to a blue flame and learned to make it bigger, he could become extremely OP. And I'm not kidding. I mean, and also if he started learning, and this is my opinion here, if he particularly started learning different fighting techniques, it could become really good, because first of all, I feel like they all stay with one technique of fighting. First of all, if Kai is able to learn different fighting techniques, it could be good, because he could outmaneuver a lot of other people, including his team. Again, this is my own opinion. I am hoping that the Ninjago creators start focusing on Kai more, because I just feel like Kai deserves so much attention now. Like, literally, he just lost his sister, and Lloyd's becoming a lot more stronger, and Kai probably feels like that he can't do anything, that he's useless. Especially because of Jay, because Jay can do more damage. That's a good reason for Kai to become evil, because he feels like that the team doesn't even want him, that they don't even care about him anymore. And one other thing, we don't actually hear a lot about Skylar. There could be a issue on Skylar, like maybe they're not, as good as they used to be, something like that. Like that's what I mean. There's so much that Kai could become, and he is just flowing with potential of incredible power if he just learns how to master it. If he can learn how to master it, I swear he could become one of the strongest ninjas. In my opinion, I just feel like he could become a very strong person. anyway, that's all I have to say. Again, this was just a video because I was actually watching a video and it inspired me to do this. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a good afternoon, morning, night, evening, whatever time it is. And yeah, bye guys.